Hey guys, we're going to make a corned beef or Wrigley's corned beef. That's here in Michigan. Long story short, this one is about 8 1/4 pound. I'm going to cook it with about that much water. So, long story short, we're going to cook this for about 2.5, 3 hours, and I will be back. We're going to cook it on the stove, guys. And what I'm going to do is show you that you use everything that's in there because this comes pre-seasoned. So all you have to do is take the whole container, fat and all, and pour it over in there. And once you pour it over in there, you just let it cook on its own and everything will be fine. And when you pull it out, you cut it while it's hot. Okay guys, what I'm going to do is take this whole container of corned beef and just take the whole thing. I got regular trim because I like the fat in mine. I'm going to be careful doing this because I don't want it to splash all over the place, which it does. And it's usually a little bit of the seasoning that's made onto the corned beef. It's in this bag. So I will see you back in a few. Okay guys, I did the 2.5 hours. I'm about to let it bring it out of the water and let it sit and rest for a couple minutes. But as it's still hot, I'm going to cut it. I'm going to take off the fat. This is when you take all of the excess fat off, but you leave it on for seasoning while it's cooking. Okay, this is the time where you can take like this excess fat off. It doesn't take much. You can just peel it right off. I'm trying to use both hands here, guys, but my knife will get it. It won't take but a second when I use my knife. You just take it and take it right off. All the excess fat off, and then we're going to open it up to get the other half. Sorry, I'm shaking this a lot. I'm about to put my stand up so I can get this good for you guys. Be right back. Okay, we're back. So basically what you're doing is just taking the fat off. I'm going to cut my fingers while I'm in the midst of it. I'm going to go this way with it. Cut this fat off. You need the fat for the seasoning. It helps with keeping your corned beef juicy. And you see how the color is coming back? We're going to leave that on there. Take some of this off here because I want it to be kind of lean. I said I'm doing a video, guys. And so this one that I got, it has both pieces of the corned beef. So what I do is I open it up and I break it in half so I can cut it accordingly and get all of that extra fat out of the middle. So all of this I'm going to take out. And when I take this out, I usually use this part for when I'm making corned beef. I usually don't pour off all of my water so I can make a cabbage with it. But I'm not doing cabbage today, so I just have that for extra to make some egg rolls. I'm going to take the fat off of it, of course, but I'm going to use some of the pieces to make some corned beef egg rolls. So you just get all of the fat out of here. Trim all of that fat off. And I will be back to show you what it looks like when it's all trimmed up. Okay guys, I'm back. I left a little bit on, but this is what this piece looks like. And we're going to cut it against the grain. When I say against the grain, here I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. The grain is running this way. So I'm going to cut it the opposite direction. And it's still warm. It's not as hot as it was. I meant to come a little sooner, but cut it as thin as you can get it. I'm going to cut it from the back end first. And just cut it as thin as you can get it. I mean, you know, I try to get bigger pieces, but they always still end up coming out when I cut them because I don't want that fat in the middle. So I usually just leave them like this and go ahead and just keep cutting until I get finished. Oops, well, that one is a lot thinner than I'm used to, but So basically you just cutting it thin enough so that it'll be good and tender, and you'll get all of the flavor. It's much easier if you have a deli slicer, but I don't. So I'm going to use what I usually use, which is what most people use, is a knife. And go at it like that. Now this is the one that has fat in it. This is the half that has fat in it. So I'm going to show you with the other one as well, because the other one doesn't have as much fat at all. And I'll show you that piece. And so this one has to be cut against the grain too. And what I do is, for my family, you see the trim, it's not much fat in here at all. This is considered the supreme part. But I like both because one keeps it juicy and the other one keeps it, you know, with the flavor. So I'll get up close with another piece to it to show you at the end of the video what it looks like up close, to give you the definition between the two, so you'll see what I was talking about when I say one is less fat than the other. I'll show you, and we'll be back. Okay guys, this is the difference between the part that has the the extra fat and then the supreme cut. You see it's not as much fat throughout. So that's the difference, and this is how thin I cut when I'm making sandwiches. Okay.